you know, some condos like 20 years back, they have these flower tiles, or they've got all this funny design on the tiles, right? So, but the entire bathroom looks good, except for the flower tiles. So the new owner, let's say they bought it, right? Hey, this tiles is very good condition, but I don't like the flower. How
All right, so welcome to our next session of our So Far So Good series. So today we have Fion from IAF Restoration with us, and Fion is the co-founder of IAF Restoration. Probably some of you have already heard of this company that's in the market for many years, and a couple of our clients have used their services before as well. And I think is increasingly popular that we're seeing a lot of people doing a bit of restoration work, especially to their properties before they put out for rental or for sale. And so today we want to invite Fion to chat a little bit with her about what her company does, and also just to understand a little bit more about their services plus the trends in the market. And we're very happy to have Fion with us. So let's bring her out. And hi, Fion.
Hello.
Hello, Fion. Thanks for attending our So Far So Good series. And how are you doing? How are you doing after the circuit breaker?
Okay. Still adapting well.
Right.
Yeah. So far so good.
So far so good. Okay. Thanks for using our show name. Okay.
Okay, for our side, we have been, we actually just started a short while ago. Yeah, we are actually kind of affected by the whole entire CB period. Phase 1, phase 2, to us is still the same.
Okay.
Yeah. So,
okay.
Right now we are slowly progressing to start the work. Yeah.
Okay. Right. So you guys were not able to operate during the circuit breaker season?
Yeah, we were totally not operating at all.
Sure. Because it's considered non-essential services lah. Okay. Right. Yeah. Maybe for the couple of audience that don't know what you guys do at IAF Restoration, maybe you can give a bit of introduction about your company. What kind of services do you provide?
Okay, basically for IAF Restoration, what we do is the common sentence that I always say: there's no hacking, there's no overlay tiles, there's no replacement. So a lot of clients or even the owners, they will be very impressed, like, you never change the tiles, you never change the bathtub, how come it looks different? So that's what we do. We do restoration, or in other words, we call it resurfacing. So I mean, just to share a very generic layman term understanding. So like, for example, your tiles currently, you just bought a new resale flat, for example, or a condo. So you know, some condos like 20 years back, they have these flower tiles, or they've got all this funny design on the tiles, right? So, but the entire bathroom looks good, except for the flower tiles. So the new owner, let's say they bought it, right? Hey, this tiles is very good condition, but I don't like the flower. How So typical contractor, they will tell them to, okay lah, you hack lah, you redo lah, because very old already. Yeah. So the moment when they found IAF Restoration, we will share with them. You can just resurface the flower tiles itself, or you can just resurface it to white tiles. And it looks very different already, just by resurfacing the tiles, because to retain the existing wall tiles, and you just resurface it to give a fresh new look without hacking or overlay tiles. So you can actually save a lot of cost from there.
Right. Yeah, and I think one of the most common service that some of our clients use with IAF Restoration is the resurfacing of. I'm not sure whether is it the right term to say resurfacing, but a lot of my clients love to use your firm to help them to resurface their bathroom flooring, because some of the floorings, they over the years they have like stains that are a little bit harder to remove, like over 10 years. And some landlords, when they want to rent out their place, they want to give it a new look. So what is that material used when we do resurfacing for bathroom tiles on the floor?
Okay, the flooring that we usually do is the anti-slip color chip flooring. So
Okay.
that one comes with a few advantages, of course. First thing, we will actually cover up all the grout lines, where the new owners doesn't need to pay too much attention to clean the grouts. And of course, it's also for safety, for anti-slip flooring.
Right. Right. Yeah.
Navin, you mentioned just now, for old tiles or like 20 or decades old houses, they got this stubborn stain that you can't remove. Yeah.
Hmm.
So you can
Hmm.
actually resurface with this anti-slip color chip flooring. Yeah. So beautify the entire bathroom.
Right. And I've been to your Facebook page, I've been to your website, and I've seen like you have done like a lot of before and after in terms of some of the projects that you have helped owners to restore, and they look wonderful. I mean, I haven't seen like the entire kitchen being what do you call that? Refinish.
Yeah,
You call it refinishing, right?
yeah, really.
Yeah. So like I've seen you have done work for the entire kitchen in terms of the surface top and the even for the cabinet doors as well. Am I right to say that?
Yeah. Yes. Yes. We can.
Okay, great. Right. So later we'll go into details about individual stuff like the bathroom, and I saw that you do bathtubs and
Yeah.
wall tiles, flooring,
Yeah.
surface top. So there seems to be like a lot of stuff that your company can help with. So maybe just bring us back because I noticed that your firm has existed for close to about 20 years. Am I right to say 20 years?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So bring us back to like the beginning when you started your company. What gave you the idea to start this company? Like what was your main goal and vision for starting IAF Restoration?
Okay. Okay. Basically, we started this company in a way by chance, lah. We
Mm.
sort of was always browsing through, like YouTube nowadays, or even like video. We come across US site. They always have this restoration refinishing. It's actually something
Mm.
very common in US. So I mean, years back, of course, it was not, nobody was doing in Singapore. Yeah.
Mm.
And then we actually come across and we went to US to check out the products even. And we attend even training for many months to
Right.
master this skill actually. Yeah. So
Wow.
we ourselves actually is also hands-on.
Mm, mm. So from 20 years ago, you already started your this main product offering, which is restoration, or before that you guys were doing something else and you evolved into today's, or you did it right from the start?
We didn't did right from the start. Yeah. So it's slowly, probably about maybe five years back. Yeah,
Hmm.
5 to 6 years back. Yeah, that's where we bring in refinishing to
I see.
for US.
I see. What?
For
Sorry.
for US, actually, they have been doing for almost 30 over years.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So 15, 20 years ago, what were your main product offerings for your company?
We were actually specialized in doing the anti-slip solution.
I see.
Yeah.
I see. And that is more for like is it more for like commercial or industrial huge projects?
We actually done both. Yeah. For residential, it's actually especially for bathroom, where there's
I see.
company or you have kids at home, you want to make sure that the bathroom is safe, right? Yeah, especially
Yeah.
bathroom. Yeah. So you want to make it anti-slip and be safe for your family, lah. Yeah.
Okay. So you do everything from interior for residential properties all the way to like big project. I saw that you have clients from American Embassy, even Changi Airport, Changi General Hospital, Supreme Court as well. So like all these bigger projects, like what do you guys usually do for the key projects? Is it like a major anti-slip or refinishing or restoration of hotels and things like that? Or
Yes, actually, it comprises of different services that we provide. Because like nowadays, we actually do like anti-slip restoration, or we even do like marble polishing kind of services. So that's where all like they have some services that require us, like for hotels, usually it's the bathtub. Yeah. So
right.
if like for hotels, they can't be changing bathtub every day, right? So So that's where we come in, which actually, to be honest, nobody noticed that even 5-star, 6-star hotel, they actually do bathtub refinishing.
Refinishing, right? Okay. Okay. So on your website, you say that, you know, for example, a refinish of a bathtub is definitely more significant in terms of costing than replacing the entire bathtub, because replacing might cost probably about $2,000, but refinishing is about $500 plus to $800. So usually when it comes to residential properties, let's say for condominiums, do you see a rise in the amount of so-called like landlords or sellers looking for you over the past 3 to 5 years? Has there been like a trend of an increment in refinishing kind of requests?
Yes, actually for the past few years, I would say is getting more common, because previously I always get this kind of remarks like, what is bathtub refinishing? This bathtub is very dirty and discolored, very bad condition. Can you repair? I say yes, that's what we do every day. So don't worry, we can settle it for you. Yeah. So like
Okay.
owners or even tenant, that is usually, I think that is very common. Like usually, like let's say wear and tear, like let's say a 10-year bathtub, it will turn maybe like rusty or cracks, or even over time it will turn yellow, right? So all this can be repaired and we can resurface it to pure white bathtub. So it actually almost like a new bathtub once again.
I see. So, bring us through like the process. Okay, example, somebody, okay, so going back to the, before I go to the next question about the process, let me just jump back a little bit. Are there more landlord clients compared to sellers clients that you have, like on percentage wise, on a rough percentage for like typical residential properties? Which category has more clientele?
I would say a landlord, as in the owner.
Okay. Okay, that means for the purpose of renting out.
Yeah. Or usually
I see.
is by request from the tenant side.
By request or by tenants?
They will want to have a better condition unit before they move in. Yeah.
So they spend money on their own accord?
Yes, there is also. But majority is still owner side who wish to maintain and upkeep the whole unit. So they will spend a bit of money to make it good for the next tenant.
Sure. I see. Okay, I'm looking at your website, right? There's this photograph about a kitchen, the before and after one. So before, like the tiles are all like the oldish, dark red in color on the flooring, and then like the cabinets are also like looking very worn out. Even the tabletop is like worn out. And then the after effect is the flooring now is like a neutral beigey tone. The cabinets has a different color. The tabletop is also different color. So how do you guys do that? Like changing even the colors of the carpentry laminates. Like how do you do that?
It's still the back to the same technology that we use. It's still finishing. Or we can call it resurfacing. I mean, most people are familiar with this. So we actually resurface the external of the cabinets or even the countertop. I mean, you can actually refresh the entire kitchen by just doing refinishing. So you can.
Okay, so it's a special type of material that you have.
It's a special material, and I would say also a technology to resurface it now. Okay, so going into some details about the process, how long does it take? For example, let's say if I'm a landlord, I rented out my units for 10 years and now it's a bit worn out. I want to refinish my entire kitchen. How long does it take from day one when you guys come in until handover? Okay, usually our work, right, it doesn't exceed, or it doesn't take more than 1 week for, let's say, the entire kitchen. Like for example, it's just like for a countertop. It can be as short as 1 day. We can construct within a day. Okay. Yeah, so now time is actually a very short time period. So there are many cases where I think there's a tenant where they need to, like the next tenant need to move in, right? There's usually a very short time frame. So usually be called in by maybe the agent or the owner. Hey, the next tenant is coming in like maybe next week. Can you finish the blah 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 all these things like the bathroom and the kitchen within like these few days? So that one can be done within a few days.
I see. I think the key is that if I'm an investor, I'm renting out my units, I want fast turnaround time. And probably, I mean, what I'll do is looking at your photographs, I will definitely refinish my entire kitchen and 2 bathrooms before I even start marketing it, because I want it to look good and create a good impression. But my next question will be, when I do the refinishing, how long will this last, as in this material? And of course, I think a lot of people will have, the next question is that, how safe is the material in terms of like health and stuff like that? So how long and how safe is
okay,
it?
so Melvin, the question that you just asked is actually a very, very common question. I mean, basically, almost every customer will ask the same question.
Bro, you answered like a few thousand times already.
So no worries. Okay. Okay. As for the last, I mean, how durable this whole thing works, right? Okay. There are kitchen that we have done is like, okay. I'll quote for maybe for USI, or even outside we have been doing for many years. So on average, I would say it can easily last like 7 to 10 years and above. For bathroom, and for kitchen it's easily 10 over years or 20 years. I mean, it can still be very good condition. Of course, the unit also play a part in maintaining, but it can definitely last for many years. Yeah.
Okay, before it starts to have a bit of peeling effect, what you're trying to say.
But it is probably wear and tear, where you know, like even for tiles or some countertop, after a period of time there will be some maybe scratches or chip off, maybe this wear and tear issue. Yeah. So back to the health question that you asked, right? For US, they are actually very take it seriously on the safety and health issue. So the product that they use is all green product. So it's actually safe for the environment and even safe for health.
Sure. So your main product supplier is from US in terms of this material. Okay, great. And I saw from the website, so I saw it at the bottom that there's no epoxy, and there is epoxy or no epoxy?
No epoxy.
No epoxy, and then there's this toxic solvent. You all don't use that. It's called isocyanate or something, right?
Yeah.
No lead, and no primerless coatings and stuff. Well, these are very technical terms, but I think the round is that is safe for families and kids, lah. Right. Okay, great. What are some of the things that, okay, because our audience that's listening, they are definitely owners or potential buyers of landed properties, condos, and public housing, HDB properties as well. So we want to know, like, what are some of the interesting projects that probably you have done before? Like, have you ever refinished an entire home before, or is mainly the bulk of it is on bathrooms and kitchens, or like, how about like living room, and what are some of the things that can be done?
Living room, we done it before, but of course it's not as common as bathroom and kitchen. Like, let's say we talk about 100%, right? The living room probably about maybe less than 10%. The majority comes from 60-70% all comes from bathroom. Yeah. Actually, the reason why most people spend I mean, in a way, they choose refinishing for bathroom and kitchen is because these two areas is usually the most costly area to renovate because of the water and a lot of things involved, especially for fixed carpentry, like let's say for kitchen, and then for bathroom because of the waterproofing.
Right, because living room nowadays with vinyl flooring and all that, usually people will probably just overlay for a newer look. But for kitchen, it will be a bit tougher, which is why refinishing has become very popular, right? So safely to say, if I want to refinish my 1,002 square feet condominium, it's going to be like probably 5K, 5 to 6K for the kitchen, and then another 1,500 to 2,000 plus for each bathroom. So I can keep it within the 10K mark to restore that, right? And that will last me for another 5 rounds of rental if per tenancy is about 2 years each, to last for a total of 10 years. And I think it's definitely worth it, because if I were to divide the 10K across the next 10 years, that means every year I'm technically spending 1K, but I increase my speed of renting. And also I give a better impression to tenants, so which might possibly maintain the rental market price rather than dropping the price because my unit is not in the prime condition, right? So what other services do you all do? Like I saw that you do like stone care, restoration, sealing, cleaning and stuff. Yeah, maybe you can share with us a little bit more relating to the typical needs of residential sellers and landlords.
Okay. Another that you mentioned just now, the the cleaning restoration. Basically, we call that service clean and seal. Yeah. So what we do is actually we will clean. Let's say, for example, the common issue is let's say you have a balcony. Balcony tiles, if you notice, there is always this kind of burn mark, which is caused by the UV ray, and over time, like usually many years back, later it will have all these discolored tiles, where there's actually, in a way, there's no way to clean it away. But we do have this technology and the chemical to restore it and bring back the original color, almost up to 90%. Yeah, so instead of changing the tiles or to have the whole balcony, you will definitely spend a lot of money. Yeah, so cleaning and to reseal it again, yeah, you can actually restore the original condition.
Right. Okay. Great. And so that's for restoring and clean and seal. You mentioned. How about like if we talk about maybe landed properties? What are some of the things that people do for their landed properties? Like have you got sellers of landed properties doing some restoration work, and what are typical areas other than the kitchen and the bathrooms?
For landed properties, I'll still go back to the bathroom. Is usually the yeah.
Okay, it's still that two areas. Okay.
Like the balcony and the roof terrace, or even the front porch. That would be the common area which is exposed by the outdoor area. Yeah.
I see. So the car porch as well. You can do something with that.
Or the backyard. Usually the backyard.
Mainly the right. Mainly the tiles.
Yeah.
Okay. That's great. So, if somebody were to call your company, right, and engage you guys on your Facebook page and stuff, like usually how long do you guys respond, and when will be like the first inspection or to give a quotation? Like how long
usually
does it take?
Doesn't. Okay. The inquiry come in, we will usually respond within 1 to 2 days. Yeah. So thereafter, we will actually follow up and arrange an appointment to do a site visit. Yeah, but there's no obligation. But of course, we will go down and give advice and take a look at the condition first, because there are definitely cases where the condition is really not ideal to do or to even do restoration. So we advise to go ahead and do it.
I see. So sometimes if it's not worth it to restore, you recommend that the owner is better off to re-renovate.
Yeah, if the condition is, there are cases where the tiles and all this is already not in, it's already popping out. You can see all the cracks, which is already very serious. So that's why we wouldn't recommend to go ahead. Yeah.
I see. Okay, I suddenly thought of a question about the kitchen, right? I saw your kitchen photographs. The exterior of like the cabinets on the bottom and the top, they're all like refinished with a different finish color and stuff. How about the interior? Like do you do the interior as well? Is it like the whole thing or just
usually
the outside?
It's more for aesthetic for the kitchen cabinet. There are cases where we done the
I see.
interior also, but it's not common. Most of we do is more for the aesthetic, which is quite common because most owner they actually emphasize more on the external part. They want something that looks nice visually. Yeah.
Okay. And do you guys cover a warranty period
Yes,
after the
all
work is
our
done?
works actually we provide a 1-year warranty on our workmanship and all the services that we do also.
I see. I see. Okay, that's great. And maybe just a bit of thought about like the market, right? So I believe you definitely have a lot of interaction with homeowners and all that. So apart from the rising trend that a lot of people are now more open to doing refinishing, what do you think of the real estate market in Singapore?
The real estate market. Actually, in my opinion, even though it's not seems like on a good trend, but I will still say there's still demand and the trend is still healthy in a way from what I see the demand in Singapore property. Yeah.
Right. Right. So do you see an increased amount of people buying properties to rent out, like in the past few years?
Yes, definitely. Because we do a lot of in a way, our regular customer, which they are investor in a way. So of course, they doesn't own just one unit. They have various properties So that we understand. Like for example, they bought. I just bought a new unit. So yeah, we can do. Refresh it a bit before they get agent to come and market it and rent it out. Yeah, because I think now it's still competitive, so that's where owners doesn't mind to spend a bit of money to stand up from the rest
Sure. Right. So I think your you definitely I think have a lot of audience pool from the resale market, investors who bought resale properties that needs refinishing restoration. Right? Okay, great. Thank you so much, Fion, for coming on stream with us. I think it's great, and I think what you have given us is really a very clear indication of roughly how much a typical investor will need to spend to restore, and it's going to last for 10 years. And I think on the calculation basis, definitely is worth it compared to hacking the entire thing, spending 1 to 2 months to re-renovate and losing that rental income for that renovation period. So I think definitely it makes sense, and especially when it comes to rental. So thanks, Fion, for coming online with us on So Far So Good. Thank you so much, and I wish you all the best.
Okay.
We'll see you soon. All right.
Bye.
Okay.